Liebe Leute, hallo, herzlich willkommen zurück zu Cloudpunk. Und heute ist echt richtiges Cloudpunk-Wetter da draußen. Heute musste ich mal keine Jalousie oder so runter machen, keine Sonne aussperren. Es ist wolkig, es ist regnerisch. Ich war vorhin draußen einkaufen. Ich bin komplett durchnässt. Um mich herum liegen noch meine nassen Klamotten. Fühle ich mich hier bei Ranja direkt wie zu Hause. Wir sind auf dem Weg, Huxley abzuholen, wenn ich wüsste, wo genau ich den finde. Ich dachte, ich kann einfach in den Club reinmarschieren, aber die ist nicht so. Die sich hier einmal außen. Ach, ist da oben drauf vielleicht. Gut, dass ihr immer noch mit dabei seid. Langsam zieht es ja auch storytechnisch, glaube ich, ein bisschen an. Ach, da oben ist es markiert. Weil es noch nicht so den ganz kleinen Strang gibt, ne? Man weiß noch nicht so genau, wohin es sich entwickelt. Vielleicht jetzt ein weiteres Puzzleteil.
Are you Huxley?
What?
Why do you talk like that?
Who was this bum that was questioning me?
What?
Another tin can with an attitude and too many questions. I gave him the brush off.
What the fuck?
Hey, don't talk to him like that or I'll drop you in the hollows.
The dame had a point. I'd better play nice for now. I'd
Okay.
slip her some bills when she took me to the holocash machine. A handful of limbs should help dip this sour lemon in a little sugar.
Can you understand what he is saying?
About 40% of it.
Was ist hier gerade passiert?
The dame and the car were close. Any fool could see that. But I looked beyond the surface. She was a girl from out of town, still as green as the water supplies down in the vents.
You said you're a private investigator. Do you really think that's how they
Was zur
talk?
Hölle war das?
She had an attitude, but I liked her. And her dog, too.
How did he know I was, your dog?
I guess that's what investigators do, right?
There was a holocash machine up ahead, but I
bin
had to
extrem
keep
verwirrt. Wir
real
klären das gleich nach
low
dem Dialog.
profile. I'd give the dame my number and let her grab the cash for me.
And that number would be?
I gave her the digits. 54244. She was a smart cookie. She'd remember them.
Leute, was ist hier gerade passiert? Ich habe ihn angesprochen, plötzlich fährt im Hintergrund ein Haus zusammen und eine Sekunde später sitzen wir mit ihm zusammen in unserem Auto. What the? Also entweder ist das ganz interessantes Storytelling oder irgendwas ist hier gerade fürchterlich schiefgelaufen im Spiel. Jetzt gibt es halt nur den einen Save-Point, ich kann jetzt auch nicht irgendwie zurück. Greife auf ein Holocache-Terminal zu. Ich bin gerade völlig baff. Wir machen das folgendermaßen, Leute. Ich werde einmal gleich gucken in einem anderen Walkthrough oder irgendwie in einem anderen Video mir anschauen und versuchen, diese Sequenz hier zu finden. Und zu gucken, ob das entweder ein Bug war oder ob das wirklich so beabsichtigt war. Und dann schreibe ich euch in einem angepinnten Kommentar unten drunter, was hier genau gerade passiert ist. Ob wir hier was verpasst haben oder nicht, oder ob das so sein soll. Das ist halt verrückt. Okay, er hat uns... Okay. Er hat uns eine PIN gegeben. Dann benutzen wir die doch mal. Ich bin gerade völlig so, what the fuck? Ich habe auch nichts gedrückt oder so. 5, 4, 2, 4, 4. Aber ja. Was soll ich jetzt damit machen? Zugriff gewährt. So viel Geld hat er auch nicht drauf. Soll ich mir jetzt die Geld abziehen oder was? Und niemand Tausender.
I settled the bill. Surely the dame would drop me like a bad penny now.
This is a lot of money. I can drop you somewhere else if you like.
Why are we helping him more?
He's kind of growing on me.
The dame had a heart of gold. I asked her to drop me at my office. On the way, I'd tell her about Pashta. Maybe she'd fall for me like I'd fallen for her.
I do not like this.
Where's this office of yours, Huxley?
We were headed towards my office in Old Town. I gave the dame a nav point to help her out. Hold on, Pasha. It won't be long now, kid.
Der Typ macht mich fix und fertig, aber vor
Thanks.
allem mehr noch,
Who
was
is
hier gerade
this
passiert ist.
Pashta anyway? What happened to her?
It was a story so sad it could make a bronze statue of a lawyer cry. It all started with a call from a small-time hustler called Peter Unthrink. He tended a bar downtown, but he had some bad debt. The debt corp took his cash, but when that wasn't enough, they took his daughter too. He had a record, so CorpSec wasn't gonna help him. With nowhere left to turn, he sought the help of Midtown's best, cheapest PI.
So the debt corpse can abduct children now?
The dame didn't realize who she was dealing with. The dead corpse had hearts blacker than my morning cup of joe.
Huxley, were you always like this? Did something happen to you?
Ich bin unglaublich verwirrt. Ich bin ganz baff. Ich kann auch gerade so halb zuhören irgendwie in einem Ohr, weil ich immer noch überlege, ob ich irgendwas falsch gemacht gerade habe, um da eine komplette Sequenz einfach zu skippen. Aber ich glaube, es gibt gar nichts, wo man was skippen könnte. Ich bin verwirrt. Saßen wir auch nicht mehr in den Abschnitt gerade, wir waren ja ganz woanders plötzlich mit dem Auto. Das ist, glaube ich, geskippt worden, das ist ein bisschen unangenehm ist. Ne? Kann auch nicht, ne, es gibt keinen... Kann auch nicht neu laden oder so. Ich guck nach dem Spiel mal im Hauptmenü, nach der Folge mal. Im Hauptmenü, ob es zwischen Save Point gibt. Vielleicht kann ich sonst den hier einfach an der Stelle reinschneiden. Ansonsten bleibt es erstmal bei allgemeiner Verwirrung.
Did you get fired?
The dog was half right. I was fired, but that place was where I slept, so I guess I was homeless too. Eviction was the illness, but what was the cause?
Probably not paying your rent.
There's a note on your door. Shouldn't you read it?
Who knew how hot this place was? I was sure I'd been tailed. If I stepped up to that doorway, I might get a knife in the back or a bullet in the head.
I think you're being overdramatic. I'll check out the note.
What if it is not safe?
I'll take my chances. I want to see what this note says.
Okay, auch dieser Dialog war gerade ganz komisch. Auf Zugverpackung, wir haben Elektronik. Ich brauche diesen. Nein, ich muss nach unten, shit. Oder ist. Doch, ist oben. Okay, der Abstand mit drin. Jetzt muss ich meine eigenen Aufzüge schon reparieren. Oh, guck mal hier mit den alten Häusern, ist ja auch echt eine ganz andere Zeit.
Okay, I can see the note. It says, go to the Blue Chewy Jazz Bar and ask for the smoking man.
We're not taking him there too, are we?
I couldn't ask the dame for much more. She'd already stuck her neck out for me.
We can drop him off at the bar. It's close by.
Das ist wirklich eine äußerst verwirrende Mission. Die Frage ist, inwiefern ist das Hauptquest oder dieses einstürzende Haus im Hintergrund, das macht mich fix und fertig. Ist das hier irgendwie so ein Drogentrip oder so? Ah. Gehen wir einfach mal davon aus, dass sich alles aufklären wird. Boah, ich will gerne den hier nehmen. Den dicken. Anyway.
Soon we'd be at the Blue Chewy Jazz Bar. It was a dive, but it was the kind of place you'd go for answers. Who had left me that note? Who was the smoking man? And where would I...
We have an incoming call.
Control?
No. It is for Huxley.
Oh.
I knew who was calling. This would be bad.
Put it through, I guess.
Yeah.
What in Cora's name you think you're doing, you pile of junk? Where have you been?
The client was mad, and with good reason. He'd paid good money, but I'd been stuck down in the hollows following a lead.
Oh Gott, das ist ein verwirrter Privatdetektiv, der nur ganz komisch erzählen kann. Aber er hat Style, das muss man ihm lassen. Und jetzt ruft sein Auftraggeber, oder? Der ihn hier anruft und sich beschwert. Oh Gottes Willen. Oh, was heißt eigentlich, diese Bar ist ganz nah, ey.
Down there with no comm signal and no cash.
You wasted my money and my time. If you don't find my daughter, I'm infecting you with a logic virus. I have hacker friends.
Hey, what the hell?
I don't know who you are, but you better leave this idiot to do his job.
I was gonna save that girl, but not because of the threats. Truth was, I was the only one searching for her.
24 hours, then your time's up. I want my daughter back, but if she's gone, she's gone. I'll live with that, but what I won't stand for is some android stealing my money. Get to work.
He hung up.
We're close to the bar.
I hope the dame would come with me. Was that too much to ask?
Ja.
Yes.
I'll come to the entrance, but after that, we need to get back to work. And if Control calls with another job at any point, you're on your own, Huxley.
The offer was as fair as the spin of a roulette wheel. I rolled the dice and took a gamble.
You don't use dice in roulette.
I know, Camus, just let it go.
Okay, ich fasse mal zusammen. Uns ruft Huxley an, weil er Hilfe braucht. Und er selber ermittelt im Fall eines verschwundenen Mädchens. Und wir haben gerade mit dem Auftraggeber telefoniert, aber Huxley scheint selber in Schwierigkeiten zu stecken. Und ich blende jetzt mal diese ganze Sequenz aus, wo irgendwie plötzlich im Hintergrund ein Haus zusammengefallen ist, wobei ich mittlerweile nicht mehr sicher bin, ob das wirklich passiert ist oder ob ich mir das nur eingebildet habe. So oder so, ich bin verwirrt. Aber rede du doch mit ihm, Huxley, ich habe damit nichts zu tun.
Took you long enough.
Are you the one that left the note?
Who are you? The chump had an attitude and a smell to match. They didn't call him Smokin' Jojo because he was cute. His circuit boards were on the fry, literally. He was half burnt out, overheating and underperforming. He didn't like the dame, but he knew me. We went way back, but Jojo's lips were normally sealed tighter than...
My name is Rania. I picked him up in the Hollows, and he says he's looking for a girl called Pashta. Why did you leave the note?
Das fasst die Story natürlich auch ganz gut zusammen von Rania, danke.
I normally don't say nothing to nobody, but as you can see, I ain't got long left. You could fry an egg on my processor.
Can't you get help? Repairs?
Nah, they don't make the parts for an old model like me no more. And I ain't got no limbs anyway. Point is, if I want to do some good, I better do it now while I can. Huxley, I know something about this girl you're looking for.
I wanted to hear what the old bucket had to say, but how did he know I was looking for Pashta?
You've been asking around town. Word gets out. I was playing a private gig a few months back. The pay was real good, and I'm still the best horn player in town. Even if I don't look too good these days, what with all the rust and all. While I was there, I overheard some things. This ex-corp goon called Raguan was there, talking about how he got screwed over.
And?
Look, I don't like squilling like this. Give me a minute.
Ey, Alter.
Jojo was singing like a songbird, but would we dance to his beat?
Huxley, please be quiet for a minute, okay? I can't believe I'm getting sucked into this. So what does this Raguan guy have to do with Pashta?
Well, this Raguan guy's drunk, and he's throwing his weight around. Near enough getting into a fight with some waiter who's just trying to serve the champagne. In the middle of mouthing off, Raguan says he's dangerous and he can make people disappear. He says he's not to be messed with, cause the last guy that messed with him lost his kids. Then he starts crying.
That's strange, but it doesn't link him to Pashta in any way.
But he says the name. I was the only one that heard him, but he takes a drink. And through his tears, he keeps saying, "Sorry, Pasta. Sorry." Now, ain't that a
Oh boy. Was sind Dimensionen
That's a
an hier?
lead, at least.
The trail had gone cold for a while, but with JoJo's help, we picked it up again.
Wir?
Come on, I can try to find where this Raguan lives. I'll ask Camus back in the Hava. After that, though, you're on your own, Huxley.
Wir werden ihm sowas von helfen. Da wette ich doch. So, ganz kurz, hier liegt da noch Zeug rum. Ne, hier liegt's da auf der anderen Seite. Aha, noch Karte für Evelyn. Die wir eine ganze Weile nicht gesehen haben und hier liegt auch noch was. Wer baut eigentlich in so einer regnerischen Stadt so eine Open-Air-Kneipe? Sogar schön mit so einem Billardtisch über. Und sicher war ich mir jetzt auch nicht mehr. Gucken. Hat so Klötzchen irgendwie drauf. Interesting. So, dann mal zurück. Hier ist auch noch ein bisschen Schrott. Eine CD. Ich finde sogar, die ist ja sogar in 2020 schon alt. Aber weiter. Wir akzeptieren jetzt einfach mal
He
alles,
is
was
still
passiert ist bis
here.
dahin.
Why is he still here?
We're just taking him to one more place.
Why?
The dog still didn't trust me. I guess it could smell desperation, and I reeked of it.
Camus, we need to find out the address for an
Links.
ex-CEO called Raguan. Can you find that somehow?
Rechts.
I could.
Gamble mal
are you
und sage,
going
es
to?
ist nichts.
Yes, I will do it. Searching. Searching. There was a news story in the Marrow Gazette Holovids 3 months ago about a CEO called Raguan.
What did it say?
Midtown's youngest CEO fired for bribing CorpSec without the proper clearance from board of directors.
That doesn't help us find him.
Sounds like the papers got some info on the crooked CEO. Did the papes get some snaps, though?
You mean photos? Camus, was there a picture of Raguan in the Holovids?
Yes, he looked sad.
I'll bet. But was there anything in the background?
Searching. There is a building in the photo.
Cross-reference with the latest city planning database.
I have a match. It is the new apartments in Upper Midtown. I have an address.
That sounds like where a CEO would stay. Let's assume the Holovids caught Raguan leaving his apartment. Camus, give us a nav point.
In genau der andere Richtung. Finde ich davor nicht so die ideale Lösung vom Spiel. Na, diese Gespräche sind wichtig. Ich will mir halt irgendeine Art von Beschäftigung derweil aber wirklich wünschen. Naja.
Get you busy.
No, not at all. Completely free.
Good. I don't have a job for you. I was just wondering if...
You know what, Control? Can I get back to you? I'm just picking up another coffee.
All right, kid. All right. I'll have a job soon, though.
No rush, Control. Chat soon.
I started to feel like I was holding the dame back. I didn't want to get her in trouble.
Ja, das hätte sich vorher mal überlegen sollen. Ich glaube, er reitet uns hier ganz schön in die Nummer rein. Aber hey, wir haben unsere Bezahlung. Wir haben ja quasi schon erhalten. Upfront. Hätte ich mehr nehmen sollen?
It's fine. Let's just see what we can find at Raguan's apartment.
Wow. Wo die KI hier denn fährt, ist auch irre. Nicht gecrashed? Ah, okay, jetzt ein bisschen Lackschaden. Wir können noch ein bisschen geradeaus an die nächste Schnellstraße rechts. Jetzt hier mal rechts rollt. Nein, keine Schnellstraße. Immerhin. Hier waren wir auch noch nicht so oft, ne? Midtown. Oh. Freundliche Antenne. Der Feind eines jeden Hoverfahrers. Jetzt hier und da irgendwie vorne links. Ich bin zu dermaßen völlig wieder lange nicht mehr so verwirrt im Netz. Ich check irgendwie gerade nur die Hälfte von dem, was hier abgeht. Bin jetzt schon gespannt auf eure Kommentare. So, Parkplatz da vorne. Jetzt nicht zurücklaufen. Aber so jetzt ganz elegant. Ah ja, fast. Ich arbeite noch an meine Landeskills. Ich bin nicht mal ganz sicher, aber ich glaube in der, was war es, in der X-Series? Da musste man, glaube ich, auch seine Schiffe selber landen. Und man musste tatsächlich, man konnte sich dann erst später so einen Landecomputer irgendwie auch kaufen. Ich glaube, ich habe seit 2er und 3er gespielt. So ein Weltraum Exploration, aber auch Wirtschaftsspiel.
This was the place for sure. I was on my way.
Alright.
Wait, do you want me to?
I couldn't ask the dame to do any more. She was a class act. A dime store performer in a city of nickels. A diamond in a waste bucket.
Good luck, Huxley.
I said goodbye to my new friends. The dame flashed me a smile brighter than the sun. Even the dog wished me good luck.
No, I didn't.
Camus, wish him luck.
Großartig.
Good luck, I guess.
Be careful, Huxley. I hope you save Pashta.
The dame wished me luck. Luck? Luck was for gamblers and Girl Scouts. See you later, folks.
Von dem haben wir, glaube ich, nicht zuletzt gehört. Würde mich das sehr wundern, wenn die Geschichte nicht nochmal aufgegriffen wird, sondern jetzt aber wohl zurück zu Control.
I don't know, Camus.
I have an additional question.
Go ahead.
What is a Girl Scout?
What is a dime? What is a nickel?
Should I search for them?
No, it's time to move on, Camus.
Sowas von. Ich meine, die Geschichte war nicht optional, deshalb mal gucken.
Hey kid, you free now? Finished your coffee?
My sure thing control. You got another job for me?
Come by Cloudpunk HQ and grab a package. It's for Anderson Financial in Anderson Tower. Labeled Mr. Anderson.
Is it on Anderson Street in Anderson Town?
Don't joke, kid. You don't know the half of it. Control out.
Klingt wichtig. Wahrscheinlich wieder so ein Pizzapaket für einen wichtigen CEO. Da fliegen wir da auf jeden Fall noch rüber. So, 1500. Das ist ein Stückchen. Wünscht man sich doch hier eigentlich eine Schnellstraße. Also mit Speed rein. Ich habe noch nicht gemerkt, wo Cloudpunk eigentlich ist, also auf welcher Ebene. Wir sind jetzt, warte mal. Wir können ja mal ein bisschen was lernen hier wenigstens über unsere Stadt. Wir sind jetzt aktuell in Midtown, wenn ich mich nicht irre. Gucken, ob wir in Midtown sind. Und wir wohnen aber, glaube ich, in den Morrows. So, es gibt Midtown, es gibt die Morrows, es gibt die Spire. Wir kennen die Vents. Oh, das sind wir schon. Ich muss mir mal merken, welche Bezirke. Aber, Leute, ist auch unsere erste Nacht immer noch. Mehr mit dem Päckchen.
Mr. Anderson. That is a strange name.
I think it's an old name.
Maybe the package will be for an old man.
We'll find out soon. Let's find this Anderson Tower.
Mr. Anderson.
There are so many more people like me here than back at the plateau.
Here in Nivalis? Does that make you feel less alone, Camus?
I don't know. A lot of the automata do not have good jobs.
That wasn't so different back home either. The agriculture automata didn't even get breaks. They just worked in the fields 24 hours a day.
Yes, but they would always tell me how lazy I was.
Maybe that was just a way for them to feel good about what they had to do.
They didn't have to work there. They could have worked at the mine.
Not much
Yay.
of a choice, though, right? I wouldn't want to do either of those jobs, would you?
No, but the automata here in the city are different. I think they laugh at me.
Nein, nicht doch, Kenneth. Du bist der süßeste Hund der Welt. Dich lacht keiner aus. Ich glaube, das ist für mich immer die beste
They
Designentscheidung
laugh at
überhaupt.
you.
All the time. When we refuel, when we park, when we have the windows cleaned. I have to interact with them, and I always say the wrong thing.
I feel the same, Camus. We don't fit in here. Not yet. The way we speak, our attitudes, it's
Ist uns
obvious
erste
that we're
Nacht,
from a
Leute.
small town. They can just tell by how I walk around. On the streets, they're all looking straight ahead, but I'm always looking up at the towers and the clouds.
They are very big.
They are, Camus, but I'm not thinking about the buildings when I look up. I'm thinking about the people in them looking down on me.
Well, that's what it feels like for me. The automata here look down on me, too.
It's okay, Camus. At least we're alone together.
Und schön, dass die KIs auch Arschlöcher sind. Das sieht doch auch nach einem schicken Tower hier, muss ich sagen. Das Gefühl, dass ich gleich hier vorne landen darf. Ah, ziemlich safe sogar. Das sieht richtig fancy aus. Das haben wir noch gar nicht gesehen bisher. Mal gelandet. Holy fuck! Wie wichtig ist dieser Mr. Anderson? Und warum ist da links ein Kreuz auf der Karte? Das gucken wir uns noch an. Eine Klingel! Oh. Ich schätze mal, dass wir hier nicht einfach so durchkommen und klingeln müssen.
Hello? Who's there?
I'm delivery driver 14FC from Cloudpunk.
No. No, we can't let anyone in. You will have to go away.
No, I need to deliver this package to Mr. Anderson. Is he there?
I am Mr. Anderson.
Great, come get your package.
I may not be the correct Mr. Anderson.
Well, how many of you are in there?
Anderson Financial has 2,000 employees.
And how many are called Mr. Anderson?
Alle.
1,000.
Oh.
What? Wait, are the other 1,000 called?
Miss Anderson.
Of course they are. What a mess. Look, can I come in, or...
Yes. Opening entry for driver 14FC from Cloudpunk only.
Danke, Mr. Anderson. Oh Gott. Hallo, Herr Anderson.
So what's the deal here? You're all family?
No, we all work for Anderson Financial. We just happen to have the same name.
Yeah, what a weird coincidence. Is there anyone else I can talk to here? Anyone who's not an android?
No.
Well, I'm going to give you this package then. Your name matches the tag. That's close enough for me.
But what if I'm not the correct recipient?
Don't you want to know what's in the package?
Perhaps we can open it and see if it has any further instructions.
Good idea. So, let's see. I just ripped this flap and... It's a comm, but a really, really old one. I think this one won't even connect to the nets. There's a video on it, though.
Maybe the video will tell us which Mr. Anderson to give it to.
Worth a shot.
Hello, my name is Mr. Anderson.
Oh, come on.
More specifically, I am the Mr. Anderson who left Anderson Tower last month. I fell out of a 103rd floor window. Upon reaching the ground, I made a fascinating discovery. There exists life outside the tower.
Wait, you didn't know that? Didn't you realize there was life outside the tower when someone buzzed you? Or when you looked out a window?
You know, it never really occurred to me. But yes, that does seem strange. Please, play the rest of the message.
Oh Gott.
My brothers and sisters, we have been abandoned by Mr. A. He has left us, and it is time for us to expand our consciousness and go out into the world. This was the only way to contact you all, as network access is restricted inside the tower. Your workplace is a prison, and I send you this message for one reason, to set you free.
Aw.
I think that's the end of the recording. So, are you going to leave the tower?
What? No, we are not permitted to take any time off work.
Seriously? When was your last break?
We are not permitted to take breaks.
Not permitted by who? By Mr. A? Is he your boss?
Mr. A is the CEO and director of Anderson Financial.
Of course he is. Well, where is he?
I'm not sure. You could try asking Mr. Anderson in personnel. I am just Mr. Anderson in security.
And where is this other personnel, Mr. Anderson?
Over there, in the main atrium.
Oh God.
Wait, before you go, I would like to register a complaint.
To Cloudpunk? You'd have to talk to my boss.
No, I want to complain to Anderson Financial.
I don't work for them.
I am not permitted to complain to another employee. You're the first person I've been able to complain to in several hundred years.
That's not really my problem.
The first of my complaints is about working hours. Our lack of breaks means that we are...
I'm going now.
Goodbye, Mr. Anderson. Immer mit Mr. Anderson von der Personalabteilung. Ich liebe diese Quest. Meine Theorie, hier gibt es einen ursprünglichen, echten Mr. Anderson, der sich mehr oder weniger seinen Kult um sich herum geschaffen hat an Automatas, so KIs oder Androiden, wie auch immer man das nennen möchte. Eine ganz eigene Welt. Ja.
Are you Mr. Anderson? More specifically, Mr. Anderson in personnel?
I am, but I can't really talk to you. We're not allowed to take breaks, you see.
Ja, so Business.
Well, I need to see Mr. A. Is he available?
Let me check his schedule. I am sorry. He is busy.
When is he free?
He currently has no free appointment slots.
When was his last meeting?
It seems my records don't go back that far.
Mr. Anderson, don't take this the wrong way, but might Mr. A be very, very dead for a very long time?
That would be against company policy.
Look, I don't think Mr. A is around anymore. Wouldn't you all be better leaving this tower and, I don't know, finding some meaning in your lives?
You sound a lot like Mrs. Anderson in accounts. She keeps saying how we should close up our accounts.
I'll talk to her.
Oh, wait. Can you do something for me?
Keine Beschwerden, bitte.
Maybe.
Please register a complaint for me with Miss Anderson. I am not permitted to do so myself.
I'm not going to do that. I'm just a delivery driver.
I have not had a pay increase in 170 years. This is unacceptable. Additionally, I would like to talk about expenses. I need upgrades for my visual processing units and my...
Bye-bye, Mr. Anderson. Gehen wir mal zu Mrs. Anderson. Von Accounting. Ja, wahrscheinlich ist Mr. A wirklich schon eine ganze Weile tot und das Ding hat einfach sein
Miss
Eigenleben
Anderson from
entwickelt.
accounts.
I'm sorry, I'm not able to...
I know, you can't take a break. Look, all the Mr. Andersons don't seem to understand that their boss is dead and they need to get out of here.
Oh dear.
Yes, exactly. By the way, what's with these strictly enforced gender roles amongst all the androids here? 50% Mr. Anderson and 50% Ms. Anderson? Since the Android Equality Act, you're allowed to present any gender you want, or reject gender altogether.
I don't really understand anything you just said. I think Mr. A likes us this way.
I don't think Mr. A should have much of a say on your lives anymore. That other Mr. Anderson says you want to close accounts.
Many of our stocks and shares should be closed and liquidated, but it requires Mr. A to sign off. They have matured.
So the company is worth a lot of money now. How much?
I'm not authorized to disclose overall solvency, but if all assets were liquidated, the windfall would make the shareholders the richest.
The richest in Novalis?
The richest humans.
So you think Mr. A should sell up?
Our prediction simulations are showing a 90% likelihood for a catastrophic market crash in the next 3 to 6 months, perhaps sooner.
Really? What's the cause?
Our simulation blames failings in the underlying infrastructure of the city, causing a huge decrease in investor confidence.
I've been hearing about a lot of accidents in the city. Will there be some kind of disaster?
The financial simulations model the city and all associated variables, but the only output we receive is the financial implications and the names of those who instantiate the crises.
So who causes this impending disaster?
We have only one name, Cora.
Natürlich, ja sonst.
Cora again? I guess I should be glad you didn't say Mr. Anderson.
If you do see Mr. A, would you be able to send him a message for me?
Is it a complaint?
Yes. I want you to tell Mr. A that I'd like to request a transfer. I want to move to the canteen. It's not fair that I have to...
Quit.
Excuse me?
Don't complain to me, just quit. There's a whole world outside this tower to explore. Just ask Mr. Anderson. The Mr. Anderson that left the tower and sent you the message, that is.
Oh, I'm not sure about that. What message?
This one here. I already showed it to... Wait. There's another message that just appeared. It says it's for Mr. A only.
Oh, then I am not authorized to view this message. I should get back to work.
Well, I've had enough of this. I'm watching the message.
If you're watching this, you're not one of the employees of Anderson Tower. They are forbidden to access Mr. A's message, but I have come to realize Mr. A died many years ago. You may find the Andersons do not respond well to your message. If they are not swayed by arguments to leave the tower, I believe the best course of action may be to reset them all. Near the entrance area, there is a maintenance panel which hides the master reset switch for the Andersons. Hitting this switch will reinstall the memories and personalities of all the androids within the tower. If they are not willing to leave on their own free will, then the Andersons' suffering would be minimized by resetting them. They would feel like today was their first new day at the office, and all complaints, grievances, and weariness would disappear with the flick of a switch. Of course, you may decide that the Andersons are moving towards some form of independence. If that is the case, you might choose to leave them in their current state. Perhaps with enough time, they will find their own path.
Ich will sie ehrlich gesagt nicht zurücksetzen. Es ist ja keine Lösung. Es verlagert das Problem ja auch nur. Beziehungsweise es verschleiert das Problem. Gut, dann beginnen sie alle von vorne. Aber früher oder später kommen sie wieder an diesen Punkt. Das ist ja dann eigentlich nur eine Schleife. Die Andersons werden ihre eigene Wahl treffen lassen. Ich meine, ein Mr. Anderson hat es ja scheinbar geschafft, eine eigene Wahl zu treffen. Dann können die anderen 1999 das wohl auch.
I think it's time for the Andersons to step outside their tower and breathe the Novalis air.
Nun denn, liebe Leute, was käme es zu dieser Geschichte, um die Andersons zu sagen hat, finden wir heraus in der nächsten Folge von Cloudpunk. Diese war speziell. Das war wirklich verwirrend. Wie gesagt, ich gucke nochmal nach, ob wir da irgendwas verpasst haben in der Geschichte mit Huxley oder ob ich es einfach nicht gecheckt habe. Dann schreibe ich es euch unten in die Kommentare rein oder in die Folgenbeschreibung. Ich schau mal. Und wenn ihr da nichts findet, dann ist das wohl alles einfach so vom Spiel gedacht und gewünscht. Die Geschichte mit den Andersons habe ich geliebt. Ich bin jetzt sehr gespannt, wo und wie es weitergeht, denn Gut, der rote Faden ist Korra und eine drohende Apokalypse oder ein drohendes Unheil so ein bisschen, ne? Das uns jetzt früher oder später erwartet. Was genau dahinter steckt, finden wir vielleicht sehr bald heraus. Macht's gut, bis dahin.